Hi, this is Mark Gilbertson, and I'm the District Technology Coordinator here at SAES. And I wanted to walk you through our strategic transformation map for the culture of creativity. From previous videos, I'm sure you've seen our focus on whole child and human flourishing. And the culture of creativity is one of the three big cultures that we're trying to grow here. Now, the culture of creativity is really exciting and a really great thing to have growing here at SAES. But why creativity and not something else? Well, as we were developing sort of our strategic transformational plan, one of the things that rose to the surface is just how important creativity is. One of the things we leaned into was the Stanford Be Well study, which identified 10 domains of well-being, and exploration and creativity was right there as one of those 10 domains. Of course, the World Economic Forum and LinkedIn also identifies creativity, originality, and initiative as one of the really important things that employers and people who are looking for talented graduates look for. So that's kind of why creativity is so important to us. But beyond that, we also knew that growing a culture of creativity doesn't just happen by accident, that it happens with some purpose to it. So, what we have developed are these strategic transformational maps. And I just wanted to kind of walk you through so that you're familiar with what that looks like and you can kind of navigate it a little better because it is a little intimidating when you first look at something like this. So I wanted to start off by kind of navigating you to the top of the maps. So the top of the map has sort of our timeline. Now this is not an action plan. It's not meant to be sort of a step-by-step process. So we've got a before us now, a beyond the trees, over the mountains, and then some postcards in the future, which are meant to sort of give us a clear image to paint that future vividly about what that will look like in the future. We also have along the side here several domains. And so the domains for the culture of creativity include creative capacities, a shared understanding, and structures and systems. And within each of those domains, we have a few things that we're working on. So let's take a look at some of those exciting things that we've been working on. Well, the first one I want to bring your attention to is under creative capacities, and it's student agency and empowerment. Now, student agency empowerment is a really important part of the SAES future as we look for student voice and choice to grow and for students to take much more ownership over their own learning. And we've just begun this journey. We've started a book study by John Spencer and AJ Giuliani, a book called Empower that's been super exciting for us as we continue that journey along. And next year, we'll have an Empower Summit here at SAES, which will celebrate some of the work that we've been doing. Another part of our growing of our creative capacities is our growing of maker empowerment through our future labs. Our future labs are just these unbelievable places at each school. They're a little bit like maker spaces, but the idea that makes them a little different is that they will mature into a curricular content area that gives students the ability to develop their creativity and especially their maker empowerment in a regular classroom sort of environment and system, just like you would for phys ed or art or any other class. So we're really excited to have those up and running. And they're just some of the most delightful places on our campus right now where students get to build and use their hands and really focus on just an incredible amount of just fantastic work that our teachers and students are doing. We're really proud of that Future Lab work. Besides student agency and empowerment and our future labs, that maker empowerment part, we also have some work to do to kind of get everybody up to speed on what creativity is. So we're also going to be building creative mindsets and communities. And with that, what we really want to do is to make sure that at the end of our sort of journey here, that the SAES community has a shared understanding of our creativity program that includes a creativity process, what a creative product might look like, what creative people look like, and then what a creative place or environment looks like. So we'll be growing those over the next 3 or 4 years as well. And this is, again, just sort of some highlights in the map, not really the action plan that lies underneath that. And our last domain involves systems and structures. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the systems and structures we're using to cultivate agency and creativity. And so as we kind of look through our kind of steps along the way and grow into what we're going to be looking at, one of the big things that questions we're going to be looking at is how do we know our culture of creativity is growing? And so we'll be doing that by implementing structures and systems to cultivate those creative thinking skills, but also collecting some benchmark projects along the way. So that's kind of the way it looks here on our strategic map. We also have a section over here that kind of defines the purpose of the culture of creativity and how the map kind of looks. And we have some foundational documents too that kind of help us get grounded in the research and sort of where we're going. So that is the culture of creativity strategic map in a nutshell. Thanks a lot. We'll dive into this a lot more in the future, but I hope that was helpful.